Welcome to the 10th episode voor Tonpuusen bij ChunmanTV. We are playing facing to the 8 outside hand, kinda tough here. We can't really call, so we are disabling calling. By checking is one scarf, but it's still variable to roll it. This happened. We ideally need a good shape here. We are E something here. Painful chance on the 8 cell is painful for 2-5, and we have to press the Riichi button. Like we know that there's one 8 cell here on the left, and probably is it an Sansukuti on the right? I don't know that. It doesn't look like an Itsu. It can still be. And that was the green dragon, but it was once got there already. Riichi Dora. 1000, 2000. Good start. White dragon cut. Yeah, we got a white dragon, follow cut. We have a very good hand here. Thunder painful AK here, Dora acceptance very good here, drawing another pair. If we draw like one more pair, like perhaps 7 pairs, but it's not the hand that we want here. It's really not the hand that we are looking for. We can extend here on the 3-1 for our final block, like the 6 is just E something, but the constant 6 is still very weak. 3-man. We are losing out on all the Dora acceptance and all the lower monster, but I think if we it's just a bit awkward here. We want a 3-man pack for sure for the 3-4-5 Sansuku. Wow, T10 E something. We can 4-pin here, and then we are T10 E something. Then regular 2 something, but it is pretty. The Sansuku, the 8-man. 8-man. We want the 3-man pack. We want the 3-man. Like the 9-man doesn't give us stun now, so I think we are just playing it like this. And we are not forced to have the future in 36 because we can just look in the Dora pair. There's the 9-man. We're just getting backfired here so hard. We don't even have any save tiles. This is really the issue here. We don't have any save tiles. The 4 souls is 1 chance on the 3 souls here across. Just, I think it's a skip. It's 1 chance here as well. On the 4-pin. Everything is 1 chance now. Everything is 1 chance. Oh no. Are we dealing in? Okay, we are not. We have it on the 4 Doras with the Peiko chance. You uncle. We miss you, uncle. We rather have a ramen anyway. Als een uncle tempeh, that was. You don't. Get out of here. Get out of here. See you later. Did I not say that we have 5 Dora? Well, I don't know. I can't remember. But the Hanuman here. We are choking the Dora here. We will never be playing the Dora. Because it's the only way that people can come back basically. We have the last dealer here. And the only person that really can get us is Kami-chan. He will be reading it right here. We should have got it way earlier, just the first turn after, or the second turn, I mean, after the Shimoza's cut. Such good sounds, but more likely just painful. The Dora is out, we have an Aka Dora, so if we are feeding Torment, it's only 2000 or perhaps 3900. Skip. 9 so, moving towards Thunderdale. Have a Ramen Kansan here, or a Rankan Ramen here in the Pinta. It's only 1 tile, so it's really good that we... I think 9 pin here is best. The 4 man is widest east something, but we don't really want to draw the 8 pin here, or we are happy to draw the 8 pin right here, but then we have ramen, not ramen Kansan for Thunderdale guaranteed. Usually it's 4 man here, but the 36 pin is slowly dying out. The 4 man is usually better for the Ipeco chance bomb. We missed the Sansaku as well, but it's fine. Thunderdale Dora here. Shimokiri. We can see for better shapes, but only the 5-8, so this, yeah, okay. See, and it's not a 6-0. The 6-0 is kind of weak. Wait, was it? Well, because the 8-0 is pretty dead, so. 500, 1000 here, extending our lead, but I don't think people will be coming back, so there's a Hanuman cut off, or Hanuman deal in is the loose condition here. So unless someone has 3 Doras with a Riichi, we won't be threatened by it, because we have 2 Aka Dora. Nah, if it was the 7th row, perhaps. But the 8th row float after the course is way too weak. We can score the second 5 row here. Skip. Okay. Moving towards standard Dora 2 here. It's a funny 4-5-6 Sansaku, but it's really tough. It's really tough to get it. There's a third Aka. So unless someone has 3 Doras with a Riichi, we are good to go. And we can just choke the Dora here. We can just choke it. And then, like, we are at most sealing into Dora 3 Sansaku chance or something like that. If it's Santa Sansaku with Dora 3, we deal into 12k, but other than that, we are pretty good to go. What deals in? 2-5 pin. Nah, we'll just eat something. I want to deal in with this 5 pin. I want to try the 5 pin, or 4 pin, so it didn't even deal in. We have all the Dora here. It's so rigged. Like if we don't Shimoto man, like they will be very sad. I can tell you that, because it's under 18k chance, or like if we get the Green Dragon is 18k, and I don't think it's coming out. We can actually also just Riichi here, but there's no point. If Shimoto Torment decides to drop the green, they are lost. 4-7, just Shimokiri. The 4-7 man does look good, to be really honest, but don't know me, that is game. Let's check the log. It was really unfortunate, this shape draw. GG, they didn't just have the Green Dragon there. And then we retreat, and then Ishimo here. Only 1 tile left in the wall. 1000, 2000 into. I want to cut 7, so here. But like the only backfire is the 4 and the 5 man, and the 5 man is still kind of accepted here. And then the 5 man, of course, and then we can actually keep it. And then here we are towards the east something, so we have to cut the 4 pin. The extra 4 pin doesn't do much, to be honest. And then here we got 8 man for Tondao, 36, and then the Riichi here happened on the Dora wait. Dora comes on. Only to find out that I throw all the Dora. Dit is 1 chance. Tempei across, and then they are Atusuke here, so they can't roll me on the 5. So if Shimoza pushes the east, it would be so funny because they can't roll the east this turn because they are 13 on the 5. So it didn't happen. And then we are just Tempei here for 36 pin. And there is a deal in. Let's see, we would have hit 1 Ura as well, but with Riichi Ipatsu, or not Riichi Ipatsu, it's a Riichi Ura one for the timer. But in Hanson, I would probably would I Riichi this in a Hanson? I might. Nah, it is already way more than enough. But and it's only 4k extra, and the Sanbaimon is just never going to happen. I like the 9 pin here, and the 36 pin is actually pretty dead. So he got a 5 pin here, and then Bond the 7 pin for Tempei. Toyman has an interesting hand. Wait, Nani? Oh, they see the Itse. To see the Itse here. It is just like last episodes where I see the Itse from this spot as well. But like to see the Itse. It's triple G, it's just so tough. And then they have to keep the honors for the secondary Raku, and then they got the tunes here, which are already 1 shot, and then they are out because the tunes are dead, because it's the indicator as well. But they are basically just Kaiten pushing because they are never getting Raku. There's a 1 shot here, so they just never have Raku. And then we see here the 5 so for the extra 6 so weight, and the 3 so so dead, so it's an important C. But I wouldn't see the 6 so for 5-8 because the 8 is basically dead, so it's basically the 3 so or the 5 so. And then the 3 so is slightly better, I think. Then Shimo. Kamita had 1 Dora, and they were forced to keep it. They have an outside hand. They need to throw the Dora though. And then we are Tempei here. If we retreat here, then Dorman will 3 pin. They will probably push the 3 pin down, or like the 4 pin is Nakasuchi. Why didn't they take the ramen though to 4,000 though? But the Sabo is also, the 3 pin looks very good though, but Kamitsu actually got it here, got the clean second pair. And then yeah. Wait, did it 4 man there? The 1 pin, oh, the 1 pin is almost there, but I would have thrown the 1 pin. Or like I would have dealt in instead, but I would have thrown the 1 pin next to him for the Chanta to the 2 hand. I think it's almost worth a try though, but it's definitely very weak though. You kinda rely on the green second pawn, but then they still don't have enough. Or like they need a run on the 8 row. And the 8 row is only has 1 tile left, and it's in the death wall. I think 7-9, because the 8 row is so bad. But I'm not sure, like they are doomed anyway on the left. That is it for me today. I hope that I will see you in the next episode.